Hey everyone, Andre here. I'm the CEO of Wings Mobile Detailing, and in this video, I'll show you exactly the steps, the truth of reaching $100,000 of revenue owning a business, or a franchise in this case, is the benefits of it. But initially, I had no idea which business to start. So stay in the short video and we'll cover everything, the ins and outs. First, let's cover the basics. What made me actually decide to start the business in which I started, which is a mobile detailing business? So first of all, I was never a big fan of vehicles, of cars. A lot of people are car guys and car fans. I'm not. But what caught my attention, the business that I wanted to start, and this, at least this basic, you ought to have in your mind, you ought to know. Not the details of what you want, but you want to have some idea of what type of business you like to run, consequently manage and own. So in my case, I wanted to start a business that I would manage, that was just my vision of manage a fleet of vehicles that goes in and out of the office that would be providing mobile services. I just wanted to grow a business where I have a fleet of vehicles. How I started has a big effect on how fast you would achieve your goal, which is three ways. You can be the owner operator of the business, you can be the semi-absentee, or you can be completely absentee owner. As a franchise owner, you can also find franchises in which allows you to be either of those three. In this case, in the franchise that I own, it allows you to be a semi-absentee owner as well as an absentee owner of the business. But in this video, subscribe to the channel because the video right here, I can go over in detail the differences between the three. But I started as owner-operator, actually. I was there in the front line providing the services to the clients. So I understand all the ins and outs, and I started from zero pretty much. So I got to know everything about the business, and when I started to grow the business slightly, I would actually expand the business by the cash flow in which I was producing. So I wasn't getting loans or debt or anything like that. And then as I grew the business, I started to get more clients. Then I would hire people. I would hire, one or two people, and then I would acquire another van, buy the van fully cash, which I do not recommend, but that's what I did. So I purchased the van with the cash flow in which the business had already produced with the first one and expanded from there. Now we're on multiple different locations, not only in one city, but we operate in different states as well. But early on, it was different. I provided the services, I started to train the people, the employees, and everything. Now, it takes time, right? So this video is more about what it took me to acquire the first $100,000. So let's crunch in the numbers here. For this business, each detailing van that I owned, I started with the first one, but each detailing van can acquire a revenue of around $12,000 to $13,000 a month. And that takes time to achieve that. Early on, if you're not franchising, it's gonna take a lot longer to achieve that because you're going through trial and error. You're going to try a bunch of things, even from the slightest detail on how to build a van, that might take you a long time compared to if you're the franchise, which you have already everything laid out to you. So as a shortcut, franchising is definitely a great way to go. But for each event to reach that, I had to do multiple things, when it comes to marketing, SEO, growing the website, and making sure all the systems were there and implemented. So I started step by step. After you learn how to provide the services, you want to go guerrilla marketing, door-to-door knocking, cold call, do all those things to acquire those clients. And as you acquire clients, at the beginning it may be slow, it might be one client a month for the first 2-3 months, and then you started to, okay, now I'm getting one client a week, and then so forth. As you're making money for the business, you're also investing heavily on creating a website and having a 5-star review online presence for your business. So no matter what you do, service business, if you're starting from zero, that's what this video is about, from 0 to 100, you have to take those very first simple steps. So as months goes by, but you're growing steady, you're doing, then you got to do 3, 4, 5 clients a month, 1 client a day even. That van is now generating $12,000 of revenue, the cap, that's the max how many cars you can do by yourself without any help, or just one guy, you operating. And then from there, you start hiring somebody, and you have to learn all the processes of how to hire people. I would go to Facebook pages, ask friends, whoever I want to work. Eventually, I went to Indeed.com. So Indeed was a great website in which I put a great job post there. Even the way you generate your job posting has a huge effect on whether you're going to get great candidates or bad candidates. If you do it well, you know, and that's all about trial and error until you get to create a great job posting on there. So when you hire somebody, you're gonna train them, and it might take a while. At first, it took me 6 months to train somebody for the business. And it was a nightmare because the point I would train them, I would train a second person to put to the second van in which I had bought. The first one would leave the business and it would go back to square one until I created a training systems for the business, which is extremely important. That way you don't get stuck in trying to grow and, you know, set back, and so you never grow. I know many business owners in this industry that it's been in business for 4 or 5 years, and they all have the same complaint. They can't find great people. I guess it's for any business throughout. They can't find great people, and when they do find them, they train them. They're finally ready to go be semi-absentee owners, so to delegate the task of the front line to that employee, and then the employee leaves the company. So having a strong, robust training system that you create online, being through videos, is amazing because it's going to expedite the training. So the sooner you are out of the front line, the more time you have to go to the office and focus on the management of the business operations here. Of course, you're still going to be part of the operations. Doesn't mean that you're not in the operations itself, detailing cars, for example, if you're providing the actual service. It can be in and out. But the more time you save from that front line, the better it is, because then you can focus more on your business. With franchising, it can be slightly different on timing, because franchising is pretty much you acquiring a shortcut. And in one of the videos, I'm going to tell you the difference between owning your own brand and franchising, the reasons for it. But in short, when it comes to franchising, perhaps you're still there starting on the front line, but you leave the front line to become a semi-absentee owner faster. That's the goal of the business, of you growing it big enough to where you actually have people managing for you. If that's not your goal, if you love doing the service in which the company provides and you want to be there in the front line and not ambitious enough to grow the business, then that's when franchising may not be for you. But if you're looking to expand the business, if you're starting a business because you're ambitious and you want to grow it, then franchising is definitely the way to go, because it will give you all the manual instructions. And not only that, not only to shorten the time of success, but it'll also take away from that huge stress that you have between learning the hard way. So now click on this video here if you're interested to learn more about the benefits of actually franchising. See the link on the description. Click on the subscribe button of this video, because I do show my day-to-day of how I operate my franchise business, real life.